I must say, I really don't care for the den of self-delusion that he's retreated into. People are better off when they just let themselves be themselves. Between you and me, I think Felix is secretly rather miserable. She mostly ignores me, if I'm honest.
How come?
Well, we're not quite on the same intellectual level.
Oh, I mean, well...
No. I'm comfortable. She's a most unsavory little... She was incredibly rude about my appearance.
Which part? The giant bird arms, or...
If I were her, I'd go easy on the judgment of others. I mean, look at her. She looks like the ghost of a scarecrow. I just wish Uncle Pointer would tell her to behave herself.
Professor Pointer? Why him?
Oh, it was Uncle that called her in. She's his responsibility. Did you not know that? Can't say I've ever taken an interest in Uncle's astronomy. On occasion, I've dared to visit him, and it's all just a little too much.
What do you mean?
Oh, did you know the sun is apparently over 400,000 miles? Okay, so what should I do with that information? How does it help me?
Don't look at me. You're the one who memorized.
Oh, she's beautiful. Who is she? Wait, is that me? She'd sit in the aviary. First, sometimes she'd ask me...
Freya was interested in...
No, just wanted to... Isabelle, Clementine, Myrtle, Lysandre, Genevieve.
Got it, thanks.
For my 21st birthday, she gave me a framed painting. All the birds from a single spring. I can't begin to tell you how much
Sounds like you two.
I feel like I always struggled to articulate, but she had a way.
꽤나 프레이야는 꽤나 존경받는 사람이었던 것 같아요.
Isn't he strapping?
He is
And so brooding.
kinda sulky, yeah.
I can never tell what's going on.
It just sounds like you don't know him very well.
I don't remember asking for your... Oh, did you talk to Poppy already?
Yeah.
Did you make any notes of what she told you?
Yeah,
Lovely. Burn them. It'll all be lies.
Why would Poppy lie to
Because
us?
that's what she does. She's a snake. Looks like one, too.
Don't you think you're being a little unfair, Penny?
She started it. You know, it's probably quite impressive. To a visitor, fresh eyes and all that.
Not to you?
Try living in it for 20 years. The sheen wears off. If it wasn't for my fits, I'd have little reason to stay.
What about inheritance? You're the next oldest pointer after your uncle, aren't you?
Well, thank you very much for phrasing it like that. But no, any money left in the Pointer family will pass down directly to Poppy.
Is that fair?
I couldn't care less, to be perfectly honest. Hello. Who penned this juice?
We don't know.
An anonymous classic. Finally! I get to see a detective's case file.
That's a very specific thing to be excited about.
Well, only last week I asked that miserable Hawkshaw woman if I could see her case notes.
I'm guessing she said no.
Would have been much more polite if she had just said no. Instead, she was quite rude to me. Accused me of being, what was it? A shallow sensationalist. Freya was very talented, even at that age.
Do you know how old this photo is?
Not sure. Must be a couple of years at least. Sometime before Fiona settled on her current style. I can't decide what's worse. How she looks here, or how she looks now.
Do you know who this is? In the photo?
Oh, absolutely no idea. How?
You recognize it?
The color scheme! 3 different pinks. Obscene. Freya doesn't take very good care of her paints, does she? But then she was always rather bohemian, had her own priorities. Oh, that's rather sad. If I'm not Little Red and White One is supposed to be a bird. Poppy really doesn't take care of her belongings, does she?
It wasn't in Poppy's room. It was in the little pond.
Exactly! Hardly the place for it. I'm sure I've read about. Don't remember anything about him. I doubt Freya intended it, but the don't you think? It's Flora that's the problem. She's an inescapably gaudy old thing, isn't it? Flora seems very fond of it. But then I could say the same thing about her
Heyo.
Poppy's gramophone. As a young child, she'd call it her mama phone on account of it belonging to her mother.
That's cute.
Oh yes, adorable. What's that bird? But these must have been drawn at least a year ago. Oh, how sad. I know a lot of people rather like this painting, but it's a little... I find it overbearing. For some reason, it makes me feel I think she was more troubled than we knew. Somebody taking an interest in extinct animals.
Extinct.
Oh, yes. The book is very old.
Well, what about this bird, though?
This one? Well, it was thought to be extinct for a long time. Then one was found here at Tangle Tower.
So it's not.
You misunderstand. It was the last one. The very last.
Oh.
A bit vain to carve wooden figurines of oneself, isn't it? Ooh,
That's our guest too.
excellent. Ooh, delightful.
Inedible, too.
Yes. At one point, I thought Fitz might be growing them. But honestly, I think he just likes the way they look. Oh, did Fitz show you that?
Not exactly.
We found it hidden under his bed.
Ah, right.
타이니 포인트구나, PP.
Haven't seen this one in a while. He lives in the music room, doesn't he?
Currently.
I can't decide what's worse.
Or how
Do you know?
Oh, absolutely. Haven't seen this. He lives in the music.
Currently.
Looks a little simple. Thought she was a grade
I
12.
didn't know there were that many
I'm
grades.
sure they invented some new one. Not a fan of insects myself. Whose research is this?
We were hoping you might.
No, can't say it, perhaps. I know she was always very fond of grubby little things like...
Note. We can get into Penny's room now.
Now, like, right now. That's all the statements.
Let's go over them all.
Ah, Penelope, our resident...
Penny's your niece.
At this moment, until she marries the gardener.
She'll still be your niece.
But she'll depart from the world of fellows, like rats deserting a sinking ship.
만 뽀삐한테 물어보러 가봅시다.
Feathers flashing. Shield my light is shut. Eavesdrop. Take a.
읽고 싶지 않은
I don't.
Weird.
Well, my room is full of junk. There's probably. I don't mean like. Please stop talking to me. Yeah, it's mine.
What's so
I
special?
got it from my teacher.
How long have you been
Since
playing?
the day I turned. I was really excited to start learning. When I arrived at my second lesson, she hadn't asked permission. Just showed up. 2 whole years.
Was Freya any good?
She would have been even better than me if she'd stuck with it. But one day she just.
Why?
That's just it. There was no reason. That's when I realized things were different.
Can you play the tune?
Sure. It's.
그럴 것 같았다. 피아노는 이런 모양. 아,
You get some weird and I've never seen
I'm
one.
not sure anyone has.
Freya might have. She used to keep beetles in a box in her room for fun.
생각보다 더 괴짜일 것 같은 느낌이. 개천재야. 묘하구만. 탐정하고 쭉 한번 돌고 저 위에 갔다가 봅시다.
I imagine you don't...
No, but I still see Pointer. He's
So-
always curious about what I'm asks me about the birds, too. He's pretty clued up on his...
I didn't think there was much over.
Poppy and I are friends.
Oh, I can buy that. Dark clothes, blue hair. Oh, you like two people.
She's very kind. She has an interest in plants. I've been teaching her.
Right.
Is something wrong? Penelope is my fiancée.
Don't take this the wrong way, but Penny doesn't really strike me as your type.
She's not who she pretends to be. People think she's... well, they make assumptions.
And how's the relationship doing recently?
Good. It's good.
This is yours, Fitz?
Yeah.
Do you
I
use
keep all my tools in
That wasn't what she asked. This is yours, Fitz?
Yeah.
Do you
I keep all my tools in the greenhouse. What's with the broken glass?
Any idea who this is?
No idea. Poppy's piano music. I remember when she started learning. She's improved a lot since then.
Yeah, that's
Right. I've seen beetles with brightly colored shells. They're relatively common. There's a difference between that and actual gold.
It can't be gold is just inside the earth or what's called alchemy.
쎄하다 다.
Poppy has remarkable musical talent. She could be famous, wealthy even, if she wanted to.
She'd probably have to leave Tangle Tower first.
Quite. I'll say this, he's well suited to physical labor.
That's a nice way to put it.
Fitz spends most of his time alone in the greenhouse, but I heard he's been breeding experimental flowers in secret.
Whoa, scandal.
I just wonder if he's getting restless. Professor Pointer's a respectable astronomer. Keeps himself to himself. What?
We're just surprised.
That was the most polite you've been about anyone.
I find her rather embarrassing. Little more than a spoiled child.
Penny must be at least
27. Just
This belongs to you, huh?
correct.
And,
It's my handheld microscope for up-close investigation work.
What do you magnify with it?
Trace particles, dust, oils, clothing fibers.
have you used it here at Tangle Tower?
I have. I used it to examine the greenhouse only 2 days ago.
What were you looking for?
That is between myself and my client. The people here are surprisingly materialistic, considering how sheltered they are.
Materialistic?
Growing this fruit simply because it produces a gemstone-like material. For what possible purpose, other than financial gain?
You're speculating.
What would you do, Grimoire, if you could grow valuable stone straight from the earth? This is a potential murder weapon, is it not?
I don't know. I don't think the murderer would leave the murder weapon just lying around.
I think you'd be surprised as to what people leave lying around. Some breed of amphibians. Although none of the statues show the creatures.
I guess.
Who's that?
Not sure. It doesn't really look
Strange. Is that a clue?
like... Don't know. It
I
wasn't...
framed my law degree, doesn't make it a clue.
Same.
Where did you find this?
Do you have any theories?
Or who might have had it.
I have several. But they are my theories, and I'm not...
There's something about Hawkshaw. Something.
Let's ask her about it.
This little microscope thing? You said you used it.
And this would make perfect sense. If you knew what my client had asked me to find. Of course, I still have no intention.
You're such a tease, Hawkshaw. Don't worry. We already worked out what...
You're not as hopeless as you look.
Thanks.
So, that's what you were looking for in the greenhouse? This beetle?
Surely even you can understand the logic of it. The greenhouse is home to a great many insects. The gardener could have easily kept the beetle hidden in there.
Well, Fitz said you questioned him, but didn't actually search the greenhouse.
He is not exactly the type to appreciate subtlety. He simply didn't notice that I was using my microscope.
What do you reckon, Grimoire?
I know for a fact she didn't use the microscope in the greenhouse. It's not a microscope at all.
All of a sudden, Detective Grimoire is some kind of expert on microscopes.
A microscopic almost. Maybe just
거짓말은 아니고
a microscope. Nope.
아닌가? 거짓말이 맞는 건가? 현미경 렌즈가 쓰는 건 피피했다. 뭔 소리야 이게?
A microscope? That's not right. The handheld microscope, according to Fifi, uses a telescopic lens, so Hawkshaw lied about it. I'm inclined to believe Fifi when it comes to stuff like this.
Hawkshaw, why did you lie about owning a telescope?
When you were a child, what did you aspire to become?
A detective? Naturally.
Emperor of the Galaxy?
I wanted to be an astronomer.
Really?
I harbored a desire to understand the secrets of the wider universe. A fool's errand, to be sure, but a seductive one. At 15, I decided instead to apply my intelligence to the world around me. And so, I became a detective. But the yearning for elusive knowledge is a powerful force. I tried to keep it with me.
Sorry, but we're way off track. What's the deal with the little telescope?
A memento from my childhood. Little more than a toy.
Why did you bring it with you?
When I discovered that it was Professor Pointer who had hired me, I dared to consider it something of a planetary alignment. I had hoped he might sign my telescope. An extremely childish indulgence, I admit.
I never would have guessed.
Hold on. You're admitting you didn't use it in the greenhouse then?
Correct. As it happens, I have no need to search the greenhouse to such a degree. Professor Pointer doesn't consider the gardener a suspect in our theft investigation.
So, who is your suspect?
Things have become complicated. My lead suspect is your murder victim.
딱 그렇지. 당연한 거지만서도 피피한테 가볼까? 하이.
Name: Penelope Pointer. Age: 27. Likes: birds. Notes: I have never had very. Name:
I'm...
Oh yes, how uncharacteristically forgetful of me. Name: Percival Pointer. Age: 57. Profession: none.
I'm pretty sure he's an astronomer.
Oh yes, of course. How uncharacteristically forgetful of me.
Who is that in the photo?
I'm quite sure that I have no idea.
다들 숨겨주네.
Why did Poppy leave shards of glass all
What makes you think
The
it was...
statue lives in a An item from Poppy's childhood.
아마
Her
보기가
earliest
아니라
piano lessons hold some special significance for her.
프레이야가 있겠지.
Why's that?
No idea. She has never graced me with the details, and I am not forthcoming enough to ask.
You two are friends, right?
We are, yes.
But
It is clear to me now that Poppy has become tired of my
is it anything to do
Oh, no. The changes in Poppy's mood have nothing to... Now this? Where did you find it?
in the
And
astronomy?
yet, it does not concern...
Nope.
In fact, you could even say that entomology...
Yeah.
I would not say that, however.
Oh,
No, it would be quite naive. To study science in any field is to study the connections between all living or...
말 없는 순간부터.
you know the guy in the other tower?
Can you see him from your window? Can he see you?
What do you know about Penny?
I can't really imagine
You
those...
never know. Do you and Poppy get along?
Nothing. Grimoire, what could you
Oh no, I gave up making notes ages ago. Now I'm just doodling in the margin. Do you know anything about this beetle?
아이고. 근데 노래가 너무 평화로워, 얘 밸런스. 기타에 플룻에
Percival Pointer. So, what do you...
I don't know.
That is not information.
I'm just saying. Holds on to a lot of bitterness to just because he's always slightly...
And how long have
Over 35.
Childhood friends?
Don't know if I'd do him the honor of considering... Penelope seems to have really settled into a groove. She struggled a bit when she was younger.
How come?
Well, she was mostly raised by her uncle, and he really only makes time for his own daughter. Now, of course, she's bringing the two. It's a nice gesture, but futile. Penelope seems to have really... She struggled a bit.
How come?
Poppy's a good friend to my daughter. I think they get on well.
Different, like...
Poppy is, Fiona... Still, Poppy always seems to be sulking.
The heavy, heavy price of a...
Oh dear.
Do you know who this is?
Not a clue. Now this is still in very good condition.
What about those shards?
Looks like somebody broke a running. I've never been one for music. Why not ask Poppy? What's this all about?
I'm pretty sure.
If it's made of gold?
도움되는 건 없어. 그러면 여기로 가볼까?
That's all the statements. Let's run through them all to see if anything doesn't add up.
To see if anyone's been lying.
That too.
Fitz and I were up in the Moonlight Garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds.
We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. So I made Fitz kick down the door.
Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back.
I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall.
But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs. I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared.
I didn't know what to do. So I ran downstairs to get Fifi.
I heard someone heading down the stairs. Just outside my room.
Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me.
Eventually, she let me in.
I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library.
He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower.
I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry.
I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter.
We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs.
I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path.
Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer. So I escorted her.
Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too.
Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did.
A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya.
Then I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting.
She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes.
I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower. I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything.
An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance.
I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
That's disappointing.
What is?
All the statements line up.
They don't just line up. Some of them even seem to specifically confirm each other.
뭐야 이거? 본인들이잖아.
Mountains.
Nope, they're more like cliffs.
Whatever they are, they go all the way around.
아, 아이고 소리가 피아노 종하고 입술.
It's like
Delight.
what?
Wind chime. Silent. Wooden. At least the moths are kept well fed. Someone painted out the window.
Do you think it was done recently?
No idea. Either way, it's pretty suspicious.
Just dusty junk.
Nothing catching my interest.
Sorry, is this spooky?
Kinda.
It's standing up straight.
You know, there's a name for that.
I know.
It's not quite as dusty as everything else up here. Also, it's not a statue. It's stuffed. What's in that little... I bet it's bones. A skull, at least.
You know, maybe I won't open it.
Nothing catching.
Sorry.
Kinda.
Just dusty junk. Just dusty junk. What is that?
Not sure.
Looks like it might attach to something.
감개, 다락방, 등통으로 된 감개가 감개로 위에 나사가 있다. 감개 주위에 얇은 빨간 밧줄이 감겨 있다.
It's a jar.
Huh.
It's a jar. The head screws off.
Huh. Sally, you don't have a dust allergy.
No.
Let
Do
me
you?
put it this way. Just dusty junk.
Nothing catching my...
Sorry.
Kinda. Where's that light coming?
That's just daylight, I think. There's a decent gap between those floorboards. Is that what I think? Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is?
Where's that light
That's
coming?
just there's a decent gap. Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is?
아. 찾은 것 같아. 얘 지금 한 번만 다시 해보자.
So,
It was a feeling.
Abridged version.
Right. I heard the footsteps shortly afterward. I heard this time I could tell just from the sound. So I got a glimpse of Poppy disappearing down the staircase to the floor below. Didn't know what to make of it, to be. I thought perhaps she'd had a disagreement with Fitz. I know those two are close.
맨 처음이 누구지? 아, 올라갔다 내려간 거.
So I looked into his room, just back in the hallway. We went into Fiona soon enough.
in
그러게 이상한 거 딱 기억나. 감개. 범인이 쓴 거겠지.
A little bedtime.
let's see, romance novel. And
What?
this one appears to be both.
Nice.
Traveling cases.
Empty. All of them.
Anything
Bed
in?
sheets.
That's not even remotely suspicious. This is the.
Too fancy.
What does
I
that?
don't know.
feeling you're being watched?
The mannequins don't have eyes, though.
That's not a comforting sentence. A little tea set.
One of the cups has tea in it.
What's in the other one?
Birdseed.
Traveling cases.
Empty. All of them.
This is the...
Too fancy.
What does that...
I don't know.
This is...
Too...
What
I don't
does...
know.
Ever get
The mannequins
That's not...
모르겠다. 딱히 뭔가 수상한
That's a big window.
느낌인데,
That's...
There's something we just feels out of place.
화분의 꽃, 페니의 방, 특이한 모양을 한 밝은 색의 꽃, 매우 건강하며 잘 돌본 것처럼 보인다. 화분의 토양은 신선하고 촉촉해 보인다. 게다가 색이 비정상적으로 푸르다. 어디서 나왔을지 원하긴 하네.
Anything in?
Cheese.
That's not even remotely suspicious.
오케이, 여기 봅시다. 페니한테 가야 되는데 지금 안 밝혀진 게 혐의가 플리츠하고 페니. 이건 플리츠한테 보여주면 될 것 같네요. 여기는 더 이상 반응은 볼 수 있겠지만
I don't know what that
Me
is.
neither.
Me 3. Oh. I thought you said me too.
A flower.
Yeah, it's a flower.
Okay.
Mean anything to
Why
you?
would it?
Come on.
I don't really go into Penny's room. I just don't have a... I don't know what that
Me
is.
neither.
Me. Oh. I thought...
우선 얘기하는 들어볼까? 그래도 가까우니까 감기에 대해서 알지도 모르니까.
What is that?
I'm not sure.
Why don't you go back and double check the area? Maybe you'll find the rest of the sum.
I'm not so...
And you consider that.
Never seen that one.
No.
Right. Where did you
It was in the attic.
Oh, I forgot we even had an attic.
페니가 무언가 힌트를 주지 않을까 싶네요. 이게 왜 앉아있냐?
I don't like mirrors.
How do you get your hair so symmetrical?
I do it by weight. I can feel if one side is heavier than the other.
My little writing...
There's nothing written in the book. Although,
My little writing...
there's nothing written in the book.
And a
And it's home to 3 especially fancy birds.
새와 새장. 장식이 되어 있는 무거운 신성 안에 있는 밝은 색의 새 3마리.
Check out that butterfly.
Looks evil.
Wow, judgmental.
A rather magnificent bush.
내가 여기
Somewhat
조사를 안
cruelly
했었네.
confined to a stone pot.
There's a letter P carved into the side.
Bird
They're
diagram.
beautiful. Someone will.
Does this count as
Yeah. No, doesn't matter.
Does this count as being outdoors?
Yeah. No, doesn't matter.
I feel like I'm standing in a giant book. What's those little...
I think they're there for
Oh.
drink.
Is that?
Maybe.
We have no idea.
Yes, it's my.
You don't like
I'm
it?
no good at caring for plants. I forget to water. Birds are much easier. They're a lot more.
Do you at least?
The look?
The colors?
Between you and me, I think it's a little vulgar. I must say the girls are awfully. I think they know we're in the presence of company.
They belong to you?
They need a special diet, particular treatment, but they're all one of a kind. I couldn't let anything happen to them.
Do they have names?
Of course. Let me introduce you to Tabitha, Tamara, and Tatiana.
Tatiana.
I've already forgotten all 3 of those names.
Which one is which?
Oh, that's simple. Tatiana is the oldest. Tabitha is the most patient, and
Glad we cleared that up.
What about the one on your head?
on my head? It's just my hat. It doesn't have a name. Who would name their hat?
There's something about the report of Fitz going up Pointer Tower. Something.
Let's ask him about it.
난 감을 못 잡았네 이건가?
So, Fitz, I have a report that you were seen sneaking up Pointer Tower. Holding a knife.
That's not right. I don't go into Pointer Tower. I don't own a knife. And I don't sneak. Was it
How
Fifi?
did you know that?
A guess. Yeah, she was mistaken. Maybe she wasn't wearing her eye lens thing.
What do you think, Grimoire?
Fifi did see Fitz, but he was holding something else.
So, if it wasn't a knife, what was it?
What about this?
Ah, that.
Is it yours?
It was a gift. It's sentimental. I have no reason to take it up Pointer Tower. I don't use it at all.
그건 모르겠어. 뭘 하려고 한 걸까?
Fitz. Nope. Fitz, that's not right. An ornate almost. Maybe just. An ornate almost.
아이,
An
돌려봐.
ornate trowel is used by Fitz to look after a potted flower in Penny's room.
That flower.
Yes.
I've never seen it before.
We need a clue to compare to that flower.
Let's take a closer look. The pot and soil in Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in Fitz's greenhouse. Let me guess. Penny's flower was originally a gift from you, Fitz. There's no way it's a coincidence.
No.
The flower. It looks exactly like Penny.
It took me a long time to breed. I wanted the colors to be exact.
That's
Turns out Penny isn't, so I go into her, water the flower, just...
Hanging baskets.
Two,
You're only
2 inches makes all the difference.
오케이. 근데 나 이게 피가 그런 말 했었다고. 내가 뭔가를
Name,
못했나?
Fitzfellow. Likes soil.
Hang on.
That may well be his preferred.
Do you and Fitz?
We do not.
Well, I wouldn't have.
So, what's your problem with it?
Exactly 1 week
아,
ago,
이거구나.
I witnessed him sneaking up. He was making every effort.
So?
He was also carrying a knife.
Is this yours?
I do not recognize it. Besides, I would have no use. Perhaps it could be used to hang.
Was that a joke?
Yes,
Yes.
it is a flower. It reminds me. I am scared.
Why?
It is an irrational fear. I have no suitable explanation.
Oh.
내가 기억을 못했네.
Locked.
There must be some way to get it.
막힌 거 같은데. 알만한 사람들한테는 물어보고 다녀야겠지. 감기에 대해 알만한 사람은 사실 그냥 플로라인가?
What is it?
We don't
My
know.
friends, shed your hope and let
That's
it...
the most.
That looks bizarre. Penelope seems rather...
Do you not feel sorry?
Come now, I'm...
사람은 알지도 몰라. 알지도 몰라.
Do you know anything about these birds? You haven't seen.
It's a little model. Who are the other people next to you? Do you know what this is?
Guess not.
조졌네. 말이 없어. 이건 내가 뭘까? 짝교수.
What's this? Is it a clue?
We don't actually know.
That's how it works.
What's this? Is it a
We
clue?
don't actually know. But Grimoire picked it up, so now he has to pretend it is.
That's how it works.
What kind of
We're not
flower?
sure. I think it might be the...
Primrose would know. My wife was a floriculturalist. That's a flower joke. But she was.
And?
That's rather a small... But then, aren't...
자, 아는 것이 없다. 단설할 게 없다. 뭘 놓쳤어? 아이고 어디가.
I think it's kind of cruel to keep.
Does...
Oh, she does. Penny can be a little.
무엇을 놓쳤을까? 사실 이 새와 세상은
3 birds. What makes them worth keeping cooped up? Would they not be happier flying?
But then they might fly
I
away.
wonder if they...
참 그래요. 잘 모르겠어.
Penelope's 3 favorites. She's very protective.
Are they, like...
Oh, they have. Penelope loves
Do you
to.
remember?
I do not.
A little chart. Actually, I have no idea what it's about. Kind of reminds me of a periodic table.
이거는 이제 쓸데없어.
What do you make
Not
of
a whole lot.
아직 모르겠고 이제 벨하고 음악인데 난 것이 벨은 어디 있고 음악은 어디 있느냐 그리고 유명한 것은 어디가 그럼 남은 것이 이 푸른 딱정벌레랑 이 칼. 동상이지 정확히. 동상을 때려 맞추기엔 좀 뭐라고.
We're supposed
Yeah, a simple trick, but it really... Fifi's got
What
some...
is all that?
파이 내가 기억하는 게 파이롱도 없는데.
It's Poppy.
That's gotta be Flora.
It's a drawing of Penny.
Looks like Professor Pointer.
It's Detective Hawkshaw.
Did you notice who isn't on?
Freya?
Mm-hmm.
모르겠다. 뭘 놓쳤지?
What
I
is...
think it's a fan.
페넬로피.
Percival Pointer.
Professor. We met him. He's one of the suspects. Primrose, I guess she doesn't live here.
Flora.
We met her. She's one of the suspects.
Richard.
The one and only.
Damien. It's Freya's father. I guess he doesn't live here anymore. Emily Evers. I guess she doesn't live here anymore.
큰 도움은 안 되네요. 페넬로피
I think it's a fan. Penelope Pointer. We met her. She is one of the suspects.
페니의 방을 살펴봐야 해. 뭘 놓쳤을까?
It's a
Are
birdhouse.
those real?
아, 너무 뻔한 거
Nope.
놓쳤었네.
They're using up all the perches. What if a real bird wanted to use?
Nope.
There must be some logic. Something to do with those white lines.
애매한데. 이건 확실한 거. 빨간색, 초록색에 빨간색 섞으면
nothing.
I think the birds are.
노란색, 파란색, 초록색.
That's the one.
Hey, not bad. Did the door open?
게트. 이게 좀 좋네. 페니의 방. 찢어진 종이가 두들겨 말려있다. 주위에 빨간 꽃잎이 뿌려져 있었다. 종이에는 분노의 차비가 읽겨 쓴 메시지가 있다. 이제 내가 그녀를 갖겠어.
That's rather strange now, isn't it?
We found it in your room.
Just lying around, was
Nope. You'd hidden it, but we
We
found
do
it.
that.
Who's the her in the message?
It's really none of your business.
얘한테 뭘 보여주면 되겠지.
Those petals,
What?
they're red.
아니야? 함정은 뭘 모를 것 같긴 한데 혹시 모르니까.
These people.
뽀삐가 알고 있지 않을까? 아니면 이 아빠나.
Those petals.
What about them?
It's nothing.
보시면 얘인데 얘는 별다른 상호작용이 없었어. 그러니까 얘한테 물어보자.
Well, now, that quite possibly not.
알 수도 있지만 꽃잎이 특이하다면 과학자를 찾아가 봅시다. 과학자는 아니지만 미스무리하니까.
Who is this her to whom?
Well,
Then how can I meaningfully next?
아니고
Good.
얘는 당연히 아무 말 안 할 것 같아. 그래서 난 안 돼. 아이씨 어떡해. 모르겠어.
Locked.
there must be some way to get it.
다락방 한번 더 살펴볼까?
It's standing up.
You know, there's a name.
I
It's
know.
not quite. Also, it's stuffed.
Just dusty junk.
Nothing catching.
Sorry.
Kind of. At least the moths are kept well fed.
그리고 노래 소리.
Just dusty junk.
Where's that light coming
That's
from?
just there's a decent gap. Is that what I think it? Is that what I think it is?
The attic's directly above.
Yeah.
아 이거구나. 아이. 아니야?
It's piano music. It's piano music.
아니 그거 아닌가 본데. 마지막은 벨 소리였지. 벨 소리. 벨 어디서 들을 수 있을까? 잠깐만 있었다. 기억은 안 나는데 있었어. 그치.
That's all for me.
So, what?
Should we go back to the garden?
갈까?
Let's try this.
You know, I think we might be able to solve this now.
I'm sure we can solve this now.
나도 알아. 벨이 그 노래가 와 피아노가 그 노래 콧소리.
Let's try this. That was incorrect.
뭐야 이거? 그치.
That's gotta be.
Nothing. Maybe it's broken.
Wait, do you hear that?